No one had ever dared speak to Everett Langston not without being spoken to first. Billionaire. Power broker. Owner of the tallest residential tower on the Upper East Side. His silence was legend. But that silence cracked the day a 5-year-old girl offered him a lollipop. "Get that child out of here. Now!" The voice came sharp and venomous. Gerald Marks, the building's manager, red-faced and pointing as if Jade Miller, no taller than his waist, was some kind of threat. Her mother, Alina, froze, clutching her daughter's hand, heart pounding. It was only Jade's second day accompanying her to work after her daycare shut down for unpaid tuition. Alina had begged for this job cleaning Langston's penthouse because the pay was double anywhere else. But the price she paid, every day, was measured in humiliation. "She won't make a sound," Alina whispered, keeping her voice low. "She just reads in the corner while I work." "I don't care," Gerald hissed. "This is a $20 million property. Mr. Langston pays for cleaning, not babysitting. Slum kids don't belong here." Jade clutched her rainbow lollipop tighter. She didn't speak, didn't cry, but she understood. She always did. Even at 5, she knew what cruelty looked like. The quiet, heavy office door creaked open. Langston stepped out, silent as a shadow, expression unreadable. He wore a charcoal gray suit that probably cost more than most people's cars. At 46, he had built empires by saying less and watching more. Gerald, still ranting, didn't see him. Not until Jade stepped forward, lollipop in hand, and looked up at the tall man with his hands in his pockets. "Would you like a piece of my lollipop?" she asked, sweet and clear. "Mommy says it helps when people are mad." The hallway froze. Gerald paled, then turned slowly to see Langston standing there still, silent, eyes fixed like ice. Alina barely breathed. Langston bent slightly, surprising everyone, and accepted the candy. "Thank you," he said quietly. No one had ever seen him smile before. But maybe, just maybe, this was close. Gerald stammered, sweat now forming at his temples. Siri was just enforcing policy. No guests during working hours. It's a matter of building protocol. Protocol, Langston said flatly. Interesting. Residents pay a premium for a certain standard. A child offering kindness is a breach of standard? Gerald's mouth opened, but no words came. Alina stepped in, trembling but proud. "Mr. Langston, I apologize. I won't bring her again." "Why wouldn't she be welcome?" Langston asked, genuinely. "She's polite. She's 5. That's not a threat, it's a reflection of your decency." Jade tugged at his sleeve. "It's strawberry." "What's your favorite?" Langston blinked, caught completely off guard. I don't know," he said honestly. For one second, the most powerful man in the building looked more human than anyone had ever seen. But Gerald made one last mistake. "Sir, you can't let people like this take advantage of your kindness. They manipulate. Today it's a child. Tomorrow it's her unemployed boyfriend. You know how this works." Langston's jaw tightened. "People like this," he repeated, voice low. Alina didn't flinch. But she didn't need to. Langston had heard enough. He turned to her. "Please continue your work. Jade is welcome to stay. The library has picture books. She might like those." As Gerald tried to sputter an objection, Langston simply said, "We'll talk. In private." Inside the office, the mask came off. Langston demanded data. Hiring records. Firing reports. Patterns emerged: 17 employees removed in 4 years. 14 were black or Latino. Cultural fit was the reason most often used. Pay raises skewed heavily white. Internal emails? Leaked. Screenshots? Forwarded. Langston didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. "This is systemic," he said. "And I will not have this building used as a filter for bigotry." Later that day, Gerald Marks was escorted out of the building by security, his access revoked, his reputation bleeding before the ink dried on the press release. Langston called Alina into his office once more. Not to scold, but to promote. "You've shown more professionalism, dignity, and humanity in 3 weeks than my former manager did in 3 years," he said. "I'd like you to step into the assistant property manager role. Effective immediately." Alina was speechless. "Jade?" She just smiled. "Uncle Everett," she said she'd taken to calling him that, unprompted. "Next time, I'll bring green apple. That's my second favorite." Langston chuckled a real, actual chuckle and nodded. "Deal." And that was how a 5-year-old girl, with a 25-cent piece of candy, unraveled years of discrimination rooted in the polished marble of a billionaire's empire. But not everyone applauded. Some residents muttered. Some neighbors gossiped. Not everyone likes seeing the curtain pulled back. Not everyone wants kindness to win. So what do you think? Was Langston right to make it public? Or should some transformations stay quiet? Leave a comment, because this story isn't fiction. And it's far from over.